Thank you for joining us today on Property Talk from Louise's Lounge. My name's Louise Heatley and I'm Managing Director of Exclusive Links Real Estate. With over 16 years in the industry, I know a few things and I know a few people. And through our podcast series, it's an opportunity for us to give you some insights into the real estate market, discuss some interesting topics, have some guest attendees, and it's also an opportunity for you to meet some of the team. Today we have two very exciting and talented guests joining us for our first episode of 2022. It's episode 12 of Property Talk from Louise's Lounge, Living the Dream. Jane Witherspoon is an international presenter, journalist, moderator and host, and her current position is Bureau Chief Dubai for Euronews. Her previous accolades and career achievements include presenting for BBC London, Sky News and Good Morning Britain. Mike Phillips is a retired former Wales and British and Irish Lions rugby player. He surpassed the record with 94 caps for Wales and has had 5 appearances with the British and Irish Lions. He currently lives in Dubai and runs the Mike Phillips Rugby Academy, among other projects. Thank you guys for joining us today and very much welcome to our podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So a lot of people who move to Dubai reinvent themselves, their careers, but can you tell us a little bit more about what you did before you moved to Dubai?
Go on, Jane, you go.
Ladies first?
Yeah, ladies first.
Well, I kind of continued in the career.
She was on Baker Grove.
She was on Baker. Were you? Were you on Baker Grove?
Everybody from the northeast was on Baker Grove.
I wasn't on Baker Grove. Fella Geordie. How did I get missed?
I was a baddie. I was a Denton burner.
Were
That
you?
was the rival gang. Don't worry.
I didn't know that about you, actually.
There you go. Full of surprises.
Thanks. Mike's going to drop things in all through the podcast.
Yeah.
Mike was a ballet dancer.
Yeah.
Were you?
Billy Elliot, yeah.
Were you really?
Yeah, no.
No. I don't know if you're going to be serious or not.
Sure was.
No, so I mean, I've been doing bits of TV since I was about, well, that's all I've ever wanted to do since I was about 7. And luckily enough, you know, I had the opportunities to get into the field that I wanted to do.
How did you get into it?
I went to university and studied media, and then I took a job as a broadcast assistant at the BBC on Radio 4's Today programme, which is very highbrow. Felt very out of my depth. There's a kind of newbie there with like John Humphreys and Sue McGregor. I'm really showing my age now because name checking those presenters. And worked up the ranks. So started in production, went in from radio to TV, produced Jeremy Paxman on Newsnight for a little while. Again, I think I just kind of went to terrifying job to terrifying job.
Always challenging yourself. Yeah.
And then moved in front of the camera. Then left there, went to Sky, did a bit of freelancing around. I worked on Good Morning Britain with Susanna and Piers Morgan. And then had my babies. So I got twin girls, obviously, who are nearly 4 years old. And I took a year off. Well, I thought I was taking a year off. I had about 2 weeks and I got itchy feet and started freelancing while the kids were babies. And then this opportunity came up. They were opening up a bureau for Euronews in Dubai. And they were like, oh, we haven't got anyone to go and run it. And I kind of jokingly, or half jokingly, was like, oh, I'll go and do it for you.
Sounds
Didn't think anything would come off. And then 4.5 weeks later, myself, Carl, and the 2 kids arrived on New Year's Day.
Crazy. Just, again, putting yourself into something you had no idea.
No idea. We initially said, we had a deal, we'll give it 3 months. If either of us wasn't happy, if it wasn't working out, you know, we were like, look, you can veto it, say, look, we're moving back or we're moving on to the next. But
had you been to Dubai before?
I'd been. Okay. Carl had never even visited, so it was probably...
What was he thinking it was going to be like? Was he daunted?
What it still is, a holiday.
He thought Dubai's holiday land and he's still having a holiday. How many years later?
So yeah, we had the 3-month get out clause and kind of 3.5 years later, we're here still and loving every minute of it. It's amazing. Brilliant. It's an amazing city to, you know, have opportunities, you know, put in front of you that you can seize, but also that work-life balance is amazing. But enough about me. Over to Mike's ballet class.
I was enjoying
just
that.
Listening to Jane, Jane talking away. So about you, what about your former life before Dubai?
Well, I was a professional rugby player. I think for like 15 years. So played for 3 teams in Wales and played for the national team since I was 20. So right through my career as well. So it was international and club. Ended up going to France for 5 years. And in between all that, I played for the Lions, British and Irish Lions on 2 tours. So it was fully, every season was fully packed with a lot of travelling and some great tours, and luckily to go on some, really special and unique tours with some great players.
How long are the tours for when you go away?
So the Lions tour would be probably 10 weeks,
Okay.
8 to 10 weeks.
Talking to somebody who doesn't know much about rugby, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
You're playing this down a bit, aren't you? Like one of the most capped rugby players ever.
Well, I'm not going to say that.
Go on. I said 94.
From
We
the
got the
rooftops.
figure right. 94 caps. That is a record.
Yeah, 94. And so you get on 5 Lions caps, so I ended up on 99 caps, which was a bit of a...
Okay, you put them together, okay.
But I didn't quite get 100, but... but no, I'm really proud of the career I've had, but it's really nice, but it's gone now, next chapter.
What made you want to transition across and move to Dubai?
My wife.
Or from it? Oh, your wife, okay. She's like, let's do it, let's go to Dubai.
Yeah, so I had my last year, we met in Paris when I was playing in Paris, and then basically she'd already made she'd made the plans to move to Dubai, and then she met me, so then I took it to Manchester for his season, and she said, no, you got to come to Dubai with me, so I was like, oh, okay. So that was it.
Kept you here.
That was it, and I'm still here now. Yeah, so it was. We love it, absolutely love it. We had 2 boys born here, so yeah, Dubai is a really special place, and like Jane said, it's really unique, and we love it. Great for families, for kids, the security and everything. We absolutely love it. So
this is
really
home
happy.
now for you both.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about what do you do in Dubai now, apart from having the holiday lifestyle.
No, that's Carl, that's not me.
What's your current career move?
So I'm currently the bureau chief for Euronews in Dubai, which means I run the TV station basically here in Media City. I've got quite a small team, it's about 8 of us. But that's good. They become like your surrogate family, which I think also fits in with that expat lifestyle of moving to a new country.
You need that good camaraderie of people around you in Dubai here.
Yeah, so we basically work very closely with Dubai Tourism. We do bits of sponsored content with them, as well as any news that comes up that we feed into our global news channels. And we broadcast into millions of homes globally. All of our programs get translated into 12 languages, which is interesting. But one day I could be doing an adventure show, one day I could be doing a business, the next day a podcast with you, Louise.
Yay.
It's like...
And thank you, this is like a difference for you. You're only presenting, and now you're having
I don't like
your
being the
interview.
side of the camera. It's a really weird experience for me.
You're usually the other side and then doing all the presenting.
But I mean, it's like you say, there's so much, the content available in Dubai, and I think there's a lot of misconceptions globally about what life here is like, and part of my job, I think, is to give a true representation, especially with the lifestyle programs that we make, but also having, I also like to have editorial depth to it, and and to put the journalism in there where we can. But funnily enough, the first time I met Mike actually was I booked Mike onto one of our programs. We were doing a thing on sports academies, and Mike had his own rugby academy teaching kids here, didn't you? So I interviewed him. That's how we became mates.
Okay, I never knew that actually. I never had that question. So you just said there about Dubai opening doors and opportunities. So you feel that there's coming to Dubai gives you that opportunity to grow and in career.
Definitely. And I think there's so many places to explore here that you wouldn't necessarily know. I've got friends, educated friends who will go, are you allowed to do this? Can you wear this? Can you go there? And I'm like, seriously, come out and see it for yourself. It's not just malls and shopping and fast cars, and the beaches.
There's a lot of misconceptions, I think, about Dubai. Did you watch Inside Dubai with our fellow Geordie?
Yes, I saw Mark Dickinson, Piano Mark on there. I think actually he came across as one of the more real
Humble.
people in it.
Real, yeah.
Thank goodness. He didn't let the side down. But again, you know, those shows were always going to sensationalise and play on the characters who live up to the stereotypes, and they got that. I thought it was compelling viewing. I wouldn't say it is at all a representation of the Dubai that I know. And they're almost like comedy caricatures. The Gainer girl and the one who bought all the bags, and it's like, oh, come on.
There is that, but it's not the whole side of Dubai. It's get that, you know.
No, I think the people here are quite wanting to help people, and I think people have come here for a better lifestyle and to improve their lifestyle and want to kick on in life and light-hearted, willing to mingle and meet other people, and I think it's quite, for me, that's quite, you know, people come here wanting to, you know, create a new kind of life for themselves and
We've got each other's backs, really.
help
Everybody
each other
wants
out.
to help each other out
I
along.
think that when you first get here, that's kind of unnerving coming in, and I was like, hang on, what's the catch? Why is everyone being so nice? But I think people have been through the process themselves. And, you know, I think they're like-minded people who come to Dubai. We want a better life. You know, for Mike and I, we've both got children, you know, Elias and the girls are the same age and your little one's a couple of years younger. And for us to want to establish ourselves and bring our kids up here is a really big deal. I can't think of anywhere better right now in the world with the situation that we're in to want to do that. But also to be able to bring family over to visit and see, like, your mum and dad are here at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
Is that why you're coming to here today? So you can have a bit of relaxation?
No, we've had a great time, but it's blowing their mind, you know, everything's wow.
Is it the first time?
No, they've been a couple of times, but I've given the full tour this time. So we've done everything, the wheel, went on the boat yesterday.
The new eyes and the, you know, people who have never seen these things. It's exciting to do.
Yeah, they've loved it. Because back home at the minute, it's all about the news and it's all negative and, you know, it's stressing people out. So it's nice to get them over here and
get a breather.
But that's what I was talking to your mum last week, and we were sitting down having a drink, and we were just saying how the community here become like your surrogate family because you are so far away. You know, we're in the Middle East. Most of us, you know, expats. There's a big kind of British community here, obviously, Australian. You know, it's very diverse. I think there's something like, is it 192 nationalities in Dubai? Something like that.
Yeah. I'll let you do the figures.
93, I think.
109. I'll go 194.
Don't question.
No, absolutely. So, Mike, what do you do now in Dubai? I know you've got a lot of endeavours. Give a few.
So, well, going back to me and, Jane, I approached Jane and Jane's husband, Carl, on a little project. Again, touching on what Jane was saying there, and me being Welsh and having met so many great Welsh people here, I kind of felt that this needs to be documented and kind of put into a show and a way for me to kind of start that, perhaps a little bit of a career in that kind of, in that industry kind of thing. So for the last sort of year, we've been kind of on behind the scenes working on something. But that's literally been a side project, I guess. But it is getting places now, and thanks to Jane and Carl, it's been brilliant.
This was your TV show,
Welsh
in Dubai at the British Embassy.
I can't take any credit for it. I mean, the guys have done all the work. I'm kind of there to sounding board, I would say more. You guys have done it all yourselves. So
it's the experience you're bringing, and like you said before, it's all about helping each other. So you had the first showing at British Embassy.
Yeah, we did
last
that.
Month,
but we're just trying to get it out there, and you know, things are moving forward, so that's nice. But when I first moved here, I kind of did the rugby stuff. So I started the rugby academy. I was coaching, I was director of rugby of a team here. So doing all that rugby stuff. And because when you finish rugby, you don't know what to do. And I kind of was doing all these different things. I was still traveling back and forth to Wales, doing stuff over there. I'm going tonight, for example, to do some commentating over there. So I was trying to do all these different things, and I kind of really need to focus in on a few things now. So
you pulled in all directions. Or
a little bit. I kind of feel, and then, but yeah, there's a few things. Me and 3 ex-teammates, we've got a coffee company, which is finally moving forward now, and we've also got a low alcoholic spirit, which is going well. So there's that as well. So there's lots focusing on, as well as having, you know, young kids and family to run around and stay up until 3 a.m.
That was today. I know. I'll get you another coffee shortly.
We've got a lot of you know, famous sportsmen
Yeah.
moving after their careers to Dubai.
Yeah, I mean, I played in this football tournament a couple of days ago, which was amazing. Got to play with, you know, Robbie Keane and, well, against Robbie Keane, against Luis Figo.
Did you beat Robbie Keane?
Well, technically we won.
Hang on. You can now big yourself up.
Well,
did you happen to win this
I did
tournament?
contribute, but yeah, we did.
But how many teams was there in the?
Well, 4, but it was an amazing experience. And that's Dubai, you know what I mean? You're playing against, you know, superstars, you know, on the same page. It was amazing.
It's a great opportunity again, isn't it? To do
Yeah.
Some really big names.
Yeah, it was,
Louise,
epic.
Robbie Keane.
It was epic.
Yeah.
And
Did you watch it? Girls did.
I saw
she watched Match of the Day, so she watched the highlights.
I was there. I explored. I had the kids with us, and one of my twins was not impressed that Mike was on the bench for the first game. She was like, "Mum, he's not playing. He's sitting down."
Did you
get
it? Was
it?
7-a-side, so we had a squad of like 13, so it was very much a team effort.
Took one for the team and sat it out.
Yeah. So.
How do you balance it then? Because you're obviously extremely busy. And again, thank you for taking time out this morning to do this. How do you balance the life and the work?
You're paying us, aren't you? So.
Yeah. Oh no, you've got that on camera. Absolutely. Take you for drinks later.
She's got breakfast on for you after this.
I'm cooking you breakfast after this, Mike. Yeah, how do you balance it? How do you do it all?
I think the all year round sun helps, definitely. You know, it's not like you're getting up and you're going to work and getting on a tube in the rain. And don't get me wrong, I love that side of life in the UK. But
did you not love last week though, when it was rainy season?
That's amazing.
I quite enjoyed that.
It was quite nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, such
winter and
I know, because we don't see it and we haven't seen it for a couple of years. So
it's been long.
It was nice, refreshing. It's a bit cooler now. But no, to go back to your question, I think you just get on with it. And I think the camaraderie and just the general consensus and, you know, people being on the same page here, you know, people want to succeed, they want to have a nice life, and we get to have a lot more of a balance. I think Dubai is very accessible as a city to get around. Don't get me wrong, the road network can be a nightmare. I don't know who designed that, but
yeah,
a little slap.
Those lanes, feeder lanes in both directions.
Yeah.
What is that about? But never mind.
No idea. But it means that I think pretty much you can get anywhere and do your day's work and then be back at home. You could pop home for lunch, which I couldn't do if I was working in the media in London. We're very fortunate that I have help in the form of a nanny here that is affordable and who, to be honest, I treat her better than I treat my husband. And I say, don't mess with the nanny.
Yeah, she looks after the kids,
I love
absolutely.
Mary. Mary's amazing. I was like, you know what? When she's finished doing the baby's nappies, I said, when Carl's in nappies in his 70s, she'll be looking after him.
But you don't have that family support here, do you? So you need that. So it's like, it's not, you know, you say that to people back home, but you need it, don't you? Otherwise you can't go to work.
Yeah, I don't have my mom down the road. I don't have my sister.
Yeah.
And also, again, and this is something that I think can get twisted in the media in terms of, you know, help. And it's, you know, at the end of the day, there is a chain of employment, and I know Mary needs an income and needs work, and I think, you know, people, you should always treat them with respect, and, you know, I pay her very well, and as I say, I don't even treat her as an employee. I treat her as she's part of one of us.
Yeah, I think the side that we see about Dubai is about people helping each other, helping each other, and actually people just want to see people succeed.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know, I found maybe in the UK it was the opposite a little bit in some way.
Yeah,
there was a bit of
lot
jealousy,
of resentment and jealousy.
A bit of resentment, but sorry, I'm generalising obviously, but I haven't lived in Dubai for 20 odd years now. But yeah, I think Dubai, what I love is everybody just wants to help each other up. And
because in Wales, if you see someone driving a Ferrari, which is very limited.
Do you have Ferraris in Wales?
Yeah, we have them. But like everyone be like,
oh, horse and carts, isn't it?
No, people be like, who do you think?
I thought so as well.
People be like, who do you think he is? And like over here, it's like, no, well done.
Yeah,
you know,
it's pat on the back, good
or
for
she,
you.
or whatever, he, she, whatever.
No, completely. You know, I think Dubai is a success. Well, I know it's a success story. You know,
for sure. And what would you have for tips? So if you have people out there that want to get up and move to Dubai, would you give them any tips?
Tips.
Get here quick.
Well, obviously do your planning and sort of, but yeah, I think you've got to, I didn't know much about it. I'd been here once or twice before, didn't know much about it. Wasn't sure how I was going to settle in, but...
When you came with your wife that time, you'd never been ever before?
No, I'd been a couple of times before. I played in the Sevens years ago, 2001, but it was...
I think I might have been there in 2001.
Yeah,
I bet it changed massively since
massively
then
changed.
from when you came.
Yeah, and yeah, we just come here not knowing much, and like we just talked about, the community is so welcoming. You know, one of the first functions I went to was the Sevens dinner, and met so many people there, and people are so, you know, wanting to help you, and not help you, but guide you, and sort of, you know, direct you and stuff. So it's just coming here and giving it a go, really.
Yeah.
And
networking's huge, isn't it? Get out there and put yourself.
I would say as well, social media is huge in Dubai, and there are a multitude of like Facebook groups and WhatsApp groups, and I'd say join some of them, you know, not all of them, because you'll be like beeping, your phone be beeping all day. But, you know, they're very helpful in terms of navigating lifestyle here, you know, families. There's like things, everything from like British mums in Dubai to British dads in Dubai, you know, people giving each other tips.
There's a Welsh Society one as well.
Okay.
No, but
are you president?
Putting things on for the rugby.
Is that you set? Did you set that one up?
No, not me. But I was putting on events for the rugby, for example, and that's just a nice way then to get, you know, last Six Nations we had, you know, 80 odd Welsh people screaming at the, you know, the screen, and it was just nice to be part of.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like a bit of home here.
Yeah.
And joining clubs and stuff like you say, I mean, sport's a huge part of life here because, again, we've got the weather to be able to do it. Or maybe not necessarily in August when it's really hot, but the majority of the year, you know, you can get out and about.
Yeah,
and there's, you know, there's so many clubs and, you know, classes and things that you can go and be part of and become part of a community.
There's a lot to do. It has a lot to offer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think Dubai. Well, I've been here 26 years this year in April. Gosh, I know. You come for 1 or 2 years and you stay forever.
Wow.
So last question from me. Can you tell us something that the audience does not know about you?
Wow.
You've dropped me in it, being in Baker Grove.
Yeah, the
so
ballet dancer, Baker Grove. You've already had that one, so you've got to give me another one.
So I don't know about me.
Don't know.
Have you got any special skills, Mike?
Apart from?
Don't know.
No?
Don't know.
It's out there.
I could tell you one about you.
Ooh.
What?
You haven't asked this first, no.
You want to be a comedian?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
What,
I
stand
don't
up?
wanna do-
Stand up
He wants to do
comedian.
stand-up, which would be my worst nightmare
no. This
ever.
was-
Well, that's brave.
No, we were throwing ideas out for.
Would you do
for
that?
TV shows.
Would you stand up
No,
and
it
do
was
a
just
bit?
an idea, and Jane's gone too far now.
It's going to be all over media
got a bit
now.
excited. She had too
Mike
much
Phillips,
coffee.
the comedian.
She's had too much
That cup of
coffee.
tea in the 3 a.m. wake up with the kids, kicking in.
No. It was just.
It was one of those ideas. It was in, it was out.
No, I do think I'm quite funny on social media and things, but no.
I have to follow you now. Of course I do. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us today. And appreciate it. And
Thank you
hope
for having
had
us.
fun.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Get the
for being
breakfast
part of
on.
it. We're going to get the breakfast on now. Thank you for tuning in today at Property Talk from Louise's Lounge. And if you've got any questions about today's episode, or you have any feedback or suggestions for future episodes, please do let us know. Thank you.